All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have over 314, and we're doing some now. All kinds of stuff, okay? I try to think back. We got dogs that actually stop at stoplights. Okay, that's a good one. We have ducks or ducks in lockers. You know, it just goes on. And there's vice ones that have gross alerts on them, and then we have a lot of pranks against supervisors mostly. Okay. Well, this one I was told about because I had a supervisor that worked under me when I was a top step. He told me about this prank. So this is one of the very few 5% I call of all the 314 that I heard about, but I didn't do it. And it's pretty. What a prank! Whew. Okay, prank gone sideways. This is huge. Okay. Every year there's a police function in Vegas, and it's a running competition, and everybody goes there, you know, to do this stuff. And of course we're not salaried, have a lot of money, so instead of getting a suite at Caesars, these guys get a 2-bedroom suite, and 8 cops get it. You know, they split it, 2 rooms with 4 beds, and because some of the teams are running a certain part of the day, so it's you can use the beds and no one's there. I mean, you're changing people all the time. It's not kind of nice. They call that a hotbed in the Navy, I think, where one guy's working and you're in his sack and then you switch it. Okay, anyway, so they're all in there, and it's a 4-day thing. And okay, so Sunday, my guy says that they're going to pull a prank on this one guy. Okay, one of my supervisors told me this. He says, yeah. He says, what we did was we had some ladies in there, and everything's court. Nobody's messing around here. It's all the ladies there are married and they're with their husbands, and some aren't with their husband. But it's not an orgy here. These are people trying to compete for this thing. So it's men and women staying in these 2 rooms. It's not a big deal. Okay, so he said he and a lady officer wanted to prank this guy. So they got one of her panties, okay, and put it in this guy's suitcase, okay. Because the wife knew that they were all going to hang together, like 8 cops sharing, 2 rooms and all that. And he told her it's going to be women here and all that stuff. And she said, "Oh, that's fine, okay, fine." So I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, so everybody packs up to leave, Sunday, noon, and bye, good luck, and everybody's gone. Okay, so he comes to work. He said Monday. This is before he worked for me, and he says, "So we're at work, and then everybody comes to work except him." And he says, because we all work together. And he goes, well, so-and-so. He says, oh, he called in for a special day off. What's going on? Well, they think him and his wife are going to get divorced. And they go, what? So then this is another guy telling the story. There's all these layered parts. He tells my guy that when he got home Sunday, that she was unpacking his dirty clothes and he was with her, because you're a married couple. They're taking each other's, you take your toiletries out and all that stuff. And she goes, hey, what's this? The wife holds up the panties. And he looks at her and goes, oh my God, And he goes down and he starts confessing to an affair he's had with some other lady. Rolls right over himself. I've had this affair for 3 years. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm supposed to see her next week. I mean, he goes on and on. He just basically, he's vomiting all this information and she just stood there. And of course, that didn't go well. There's a big screaming match. The neighbors called the police. And that's great. Police get there and they find out it's cops. There's no fight. It's just a verbal argument. So he agrees to take his stuff and leave, and she's throwing him out of the house. And oh my gosh! So my subordinate supervisor started telling me this story, and he says myself and this other lady officer who did the prank were just listening to the story, and they thought they were being pranked because all these pranks going around. And no, because what happens the next day, this employee male that got kicked out of the house calls my assistant who is his supervisor and says, I got to take some comp time off because I've got some problems with my family. He laid out the whole thing that he's getting divorced and he's living over a garage at his friend's house and driving a Volkswagen and all this stuff, And so, okay, they thought about no, it wasn't a prank because it was a real deal. And so it's like they didn't see the guy for a week, and he came back and he wanted to transfer because he wanted to go someplace else close to his new house. And so he left, and my subordinate that was working for me, he just goes, and I told him that, we used to prank all the time. He goes, it was funny when we did it. Everybody laughed. There's 7 of us or 8 of us in there laughing about this. It's going to be a funny thing to see what his reaction was. And for him to do that, and unfortunately officers have this thing about, I heard this from other officers, not me, but I've been happily married for over 45 years, but the wife sees him cheating on her like in a bar or somewhere. She walks in and the guys will always say, honey, you're going to believe me or your lying eyes, okay? And that was always the thing. So guys would say, well, he never should have said anything. Well, he probably thought he was caught. Plus, he shouldn't have been doing that, okay? to begin with. Should have had an affair. Anyway, I thought it was hilariously funny, although kind of like cryptically funny. Like, and they didn't think it was funny at all. My subordinate and his friend, they thought that was horrible. I said, well, you know, when you do a prank, you don't know if it's going to go wrong or not. I mean, you don't know. You know, I mean, it just happens. Hopefully, it's supposed to be a funny prank, not supposed to go serious. This is serious stuff. So that was it. That was the end of that one. Talk about a prank going awry. Holy moly. Okay, you caused a divorce, and who knows what else. So I don't think they had any kids. I think they were recently married, or married like a couple of years, which helps. Anyways, that's the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Watch those pranks. Ouch.